Well, good morning from the summit of Mount Height. Wasn't the greatest sunrise, but it wasn't bad. Having a little coffee, get my breakfast ready, gonna fuel up before I start the day. Got a interesting quandary today. The imp tent site is 4.5 miles. I can do that easy. The next official location I could camp would be the Rattle River Shelter, which is 12.1. So it's either a really short day or a really long day, and I'm not sure which is going to be yet. I could potentially get the Moriah and Moriah Shelbourne and then find somewhere on the ridge to camp. But I don't know that there's any stealth spots up there. I don't have any intel, so I'm just going to wing it today. But we certainly had a beautiful start to today, didn't we? All right, I'll be heading out after breakfast. So this was my campsite last night, and the other folks I camped with were all over here. They're still asleep, so I'm trying to be quiet, but it's time for me to break camp. It is 6:20, and camp is cleaned up, or at least my portion of it. The rest of the guys are still asleep. But I've got potentially a 12.1 mile day ahead of me, and it's got some kind of hairy downs. The downhill from North Carter is not an easy, and neither is the downhill from Mount Shelbourne. So one last time over the peak and then down the other side, because I'm trying to stick to the true route. All right, well, I got to pay attention to where I'm putting my feet, so I will chat at you later. I should also report on my sleep last night. So I used my Outdoor Vitals 30-degree quilt and 30-degree underquilt. Originally I had a 15-degree underquilt and that was it, and I found that in the summer I was sweltering hot even with a 30-degree overquilt. Well, the temperatures were supposed to be in the mid to lower 40s, but they actually got down into the upper 30s last night, which had me concerned. You know, you always want like 10 degrees of cushion. So I wore my wool top to bed just to give me a little extra, and so that I could flip the hood up over my head. The hood over my head I needed. The rest of it, I ended up kind of rolling it up so that it wasn't actually working to hold in any heat, because I was overheating. It was a beautiful night last night. A little rain came in about 3 o'clock in the morning, but you know, just a nice, peaceful, gentle rain. There's a little bit of wind. I could feel my trees swaying a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. It was just a nice night. It was an absolutely beautiful night in the Whites. right, making my approach to Middle Carter sooner than I thought I would. Half a mile. It's not even 8 o'clock. So making good time. Not the mile and a half an hour I'd hoped, but if I can maintain this pace, I can make it to Rattle River in 9 hours. And if I do, I might just push on to finish today. Middle Carter Summit. Oh. Oh, look. A little viewpoint. Well, there's Middle Carter in the bag. More views on the summit hump. Middle Carter. Better views. Glad I'm not on the Prezzies this morning. They're all in the clouds. I love the dappling of the cloud shadows. I think that's north over there. Well, got miles to go. So I'm guessing this little clearing with cairn on it must be the official summit. Not that it makes a difference. It's not on the list anyway. But I need a break. I wasn't an hour into today's hike and my stomach started growling. Starting down north, I started to say Klingman. Carter. Starting to go down North Carter. But I've been warned about, because I had forgotten about, this particular descent being somewhat difficult. So far so good, but I have encountered one patch of snow. I just came down a brutally challenging descent. Whew. This looks like we need some trail maintenance. right, here is the Imp campsite. It is currently 10:40. That is way too early to stop. So I'm going to push on. Hopefully I will end at Rattle River. All right, I think we're at false summit number 6 or 7. We're not quite sure, but it's one of the problems with coming up this way to Moriah is you come up these slabs and it looks like a summit, and then you get up here and realize no it's not. Map says 0.7 miles, and even that up there is too close. But we'll get there. Go for it. There goes Steve. All right, that's the hardest part. All right.
Hey, video marker.
We did it. The last of my 4,000 feet for the weekend.